Hello and welcome to the Houdini TaleSpire Terrain Generation tutorial series. We are starting with installation. To use this toolset, you will need to install Houdini, create an account with Side Effects software to get your free Houdini Apprentice license, and then download and set up the Terrain Generation toolset. TaleSpire will also need to be installed on the same machine. Links to all downloads are available in the description, as well as the wiki page that also gives these instructions. On Side Effects' website, go to the Downloads section. You will need to log in or register. Once logged in, download the launcher and install it. I won't cover all the steps since it is fairly straightforward. I'll be concentrating on the options you'll need for the toolset. With the Houdini launcher installed, open it up. I already have a few versions of Houdini installed, but the process is the same. Log into the launcher, then click Install Houdini. You'll be presented with a few options. Select the production build, and for your preferences, check the boxes next to Automatically Install License Server and Automatically Install Side Effects Labs. The other options are your choice. Click Install. Once installed, use the launcher to launch Houdini. This will create the necessary setup directories. Now close Houdini and go to the GitHub repository for the Houdini TaleSpire Terrain Generation toolset. On the right side of the screen should be a link to the latest release. Go there and under Assets, download the source code zip file, or if you prefer, the tar.gz option. Navigate to the download and extract the files. You should then see a directory with the version you downloaded appended to the end. Remove the version from the directory name for ease of installing future versions. So it should just be Houdini TaleSpire Terrain Generation Toolset, separated by underscores. Now move the directory to a place of your choosing. I like to place mine in a folder named TaleSpire under my Documents folder. Navigate to the Setup directory inside the toolset and copy the folder labeled Packages. Make sure it isn't the Packages folder at the root of the toolset. Now navigate to your Houdini Settings directory. On Windows, this should be under Documents and be labeled Houdini, followed by the major and minor version numbers of the release. In this case, it is Houdini 19.5. In that directory, paste the Packages folder you copied previously. Inside there will be a file named httgt.json. Edit this file. You can use Notepad or your favorite text editor. You will have to replace the example file path with the path to where you copied the toolset directory. It needs to point to the Packages directory at the root of the toolset, not the one under Setup or in your Houdini directory. You can navigate there and copy-paste the directory path as plain text. Make sure to leave the formatting and quotes intact. It is best to replace any backslashes with forward slashes in this file. Some users have experienced issues with backslashes in this path. Save the file and launch Houdini. Mouse over a blank space in the Objects network and tap Tab. This pulls up a menu of Houdini node categories. One of the listed categories should be TaleSpire. Mouse over that category and select the TaleSpire Terrain node, and then place it in that network. If you don't see the TaleSpire category, something in the setup has gone wrong. Please check the steps so far and try again. You can always stop by our Discord server to ask questions. The invite link is on the main GitHub page. With the Terrain node selected, you should see the node's interface on the panel above it. Scroll down about midway and select the Settings tab. Under Configs is the TaleSpire directory path. You can use the file browser to select the root path of your TaleSpire installation. If you are not sure where this directory is, on the Steam library page for TaleSpire, go to the Gear menu, and then under Manage, select Browse Local Files. This is the directory you want to put in here. Copy the directory path and paste it in the Settings tab. The settings will auto-save and be preserved for new instances of this node. To test that everything works, Let's run through the default map. First, save this file using File, Save As. The Home folder should take you to your Documents folder. I'll put this in Work, TaleSpire, Basic Map, and name the file Basic Map version 001. Now rename the terrain node by double-clicking the name next to the node. I'll call mine Basic Map. To see the terrain, put your mouse over the view pane and tap G to home the view. In the node's interface panel, under Edit, click the Build Cache Terrain Tiles button. This should take just a few moments. Above that, remove the checkbox next to Display Height Field Terrain and turn on the next two options, Display Tiles and Display Props. This could take a little while the first time you turn them on in a given session, but you should soon see a basic map. If it is highlighted yellow, just unselect the terrain node by clicking in a blank space in the Objects Network pane. This will make it look a little nicer. This can now be exported into TaleSpire. In the Export tab, turn on Display Current Slab Bounds, set the slab size to 80, and click Get Slab Index Range. You should now see a large box on the map that says Slab 1. And the slab index field should show one of 4 slabs. Now click Copy Slab in Advance. Switch to TaleSpire and hit Ctrl-V and paste the slab on the ground plane. This is only one of the 4 slabs in this terrain. To paste the next one, go back to Houdini and click Copy Slab in Advance again, and paste the next slab down using the red tiles on the floor for reference. The red tiles should be adjacent to each other on the ground plane. Do this 2 more times, noting it will be a new row for the next 2. If everything worked, you should see something like this. Congratulations! That concludes the installation. You are off to a great start. I will be doing more tutorials with the terrain generator, starting with creating new terrains and biomes. But in the meantime, you may want to check out the example forest gully file located in the HIP examples directory of the Toolset Installation. The notes in that file explain many of the features of the generator. You may also want to look into installing the mod for doing multi-paste. The instructions are on the GitHub page. With the mod, you can paste all of your slabs at once, saving a ton of time. Like and subscribe if you want to be informed of new tutorials as they become available. Enjoy the tool set, and see you next time.